Hey guys, a quick word before we start. I will be talking about this game in full, so if you haven't played this game yet, go ahead and pause this video, put it in your watch later list or whatever, and go play the game and come back. If you want my recommendation of this game, go get it. It's a very fun, short adventure that's worth your time. If you haven't played it yet, you definitely should. It's only $30, and for that price, it's a really nice time. And if you have PlayStation Plus, it's free currently, so go play it and come back and watch this review. If you continue watching this video, let this just be your spoiler warning. The year 2020 was when the PS5 came out, and I was really excited for it, but I was going to wait and see what games were coming out before I decided to pre-order it or not. And in fact, they did reveal a game that made me want to get it right away on their PlayStation Showcase, and that game was Final Fantasy 16. But the next game that made me want to get the PlayStation 5 instantly was Hogwarts Legacy. But the third game was, God of War Ragnarok. And about 3 or 4 games later, there was Stray, a game based entirely around playing as a cat. And I was hyped. And then it was delayed for a bit before coming out July 19th, 2022. Developed by BlueTwelve Studios, Stray looks to be their first game made, but it was founded in 2015 or 16 from previous Ubisoft employees. Besides that, I didn't get much info out of them. The publisher, Annapurna Interactive, was also founded around the same time, where they approached BlueTwelve Studios and offered to help publish their game. Being mainly a publishing company, they helped publish what I assume to be several other indie games. I don't 100% know if these games are indie or not, but I do know that I have never played any of these games. Stray is a game for people who just want a cat. And now you can cat, because a cat's the only cat that knows where it's at. And I'm mostly a dog person. That isn't to say I'm not a cat person, I just prefer dogs over them. But I do love animals in general. If I was a sim, I would definitely have the animal lover trait. And I was really excited to play this game, so let's just dive right in the The story starts with our feline hero waking up from a nap, like, most cats. Here we can interact with our 3 companions, and bug them. Ha, I got your tail, haha, I got your tail, what you gonna do? What you gonna do about it? Oh, hey, chill out, bro, chill out, we cool. Aha, take that, surprise Tekken attack! And I guess this is supposed to be like my girlfriend or something? I mean, maybe they all are, who knows? This game doesn't really establish the cat connection. But I don't know how one would be able to do that. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 mew, meow, 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 me, meow. Meow, 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 mew, meow, mew. Anyway, I was up for about 2 minutes. Man, what a hard day of work. Time for a nap. Upon waking up, it's time for an adventure. Here we can do all fun activities as a cat, like scratch a tree, drink out of a dirty puddle, jump and climb. Right off the bat, this game is beautiful. The cat's movements look and feel just like a real cat would. But if I had a critique, I would say the animations make the cat clip through stuff while it's moving, but that's a really minor problem. The environments are all also beautiful. I mean, as beautiful as a dystopian future can look, which surprisingly, the Blade Runner look is pretty good. Meow, 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 meow. I've heard some corny birds who tried to sing. Still, a cat's the only cat who knows how to swing. Oh shit, oh crap, I'm falling! Oh god, I'm falling! Quick, help me!
Mother, help me!
Long live the king.
Oh my god, that's how the game starts?
Okay, what kind of a sick doggy snuff film is this?
But luckily cats always land on their feet, and apparently they can survive huge falls as they wake up fine. Sort of. Meow, meow, meow. This will lead us to the inner city, where we are being led by a mysterious being that is watching us through the cameras, and illuminating the path we must take. And this is where the game shows what the game is mostly about. Platforming, exploring, and puzzles. Alright, remember your training from Half-Life 2. Meow, 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 meow. Upon doing more cat things, like knocking stuff off edges, scratching the carpet, being chased by head crabs. Oh god, run for it! Meow, 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 meow. These beings are actually called Zurks. They are as deadly as they are adorable, and as they are deadly. They're mainly annoying, but the more that latches onto you, the more difficult it gets. Once we get away from these guys, we are met up with an AI that's been leading us here. After a quick puzzle, we are introduced to our little robot companion, B12. a robot who lost his memory, and with the help from memory spots, we can piece together his past, and I already figured out the twist. And it's not even that big of a twist, to be honest. Eventually, we journey to the slums, which introduces us to the inhabitants of this world. Robots, who quickly run from us because they mistook us for a Zerk. The robots are kind of stupid like that. Hey look, a basketball! Damn it. Here's where we can freely explore the city. One of 3 levels that are just big exploring areas. And there's a bunch of mini quests you can do, you can go to places, and eventually this all leads you to Momo. A sad excuse of a person, robot, which gives us the main objective, finding the other outsider notebooks, who all conveniently have them hidden somewhere in their houses while doing that. And you're also going to want to talk to the inhabitants and do little side jobs since they're helpful to the main quest. Now, really this should only take a short time, but... Look at me, I'm a cat! Haha! Fuck your walls! Fuck your carpet! Fuck your couch! Fuck these curtains! Hey, let me in, 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 let me in! Alright, now let me out, let me out, let me out, let me out, let me out! Nah. After finding all the notebooks, we figure out we have to go fix this device, and then we have to go run through some rooftops and dodge away from the Zerks. And to be a critic again, this is basically the extent of quote-unquote combat in this game. You just run away from them, you don't really have a way of fighting the Zerks, except for like the end of one of the next levels, and the level after that. Besides that, they are extremely easy to trick and make them jump off the edges and die. Exploring this area, you'll quickly notice that it is actually surrounded by weird skin-looking growth that seems to cover the entire part of the city. But there's no time to ponder about that, we have to attach this thing to the thing, and then man, this cat is extremely intelligent. What cat is this smart? Hey Kate. I need you to read that. After that is done, you go back to the slums and do another fetch quest involving a robot Marty who's bummed out because his dad, the scientist robot who is the member of the Outsiders, left to go do some stuff and hasn't returned. But we need him because he has the tracker which shows where his father went, but we have to get it repaired. Ah, the basketball. We meet again. I got you this time and... damn it. And that's really all there is to this chapter. You go to find him, talk to him, do the one thing to make him go from, oh, not helping you, to helping you. And then you do like a little fetch quest, and then he just sends you to the next level. It's more of the same as before, but this leads us to the Doc Brown robot, who's been living here so that he can test out the Defluxer, a flashlight that shoots a UV light that makes the Zerks explode. This baby needs
21 gigawatts!
But he needs us to get the generator to start back up, so we have to take the fuse and replace it. After doing so, he'll attach the light to us, which is where we can now fight back against the Zerks, like I mentioned earlier. You just press the L1 button while looking at them to make them explode. But the only downside is that it overheats very quickly, and you'll also quickly realize that it's basically not needed. Yeah, you can go through the whole next chapter without even using it. In fact, there's an achievement for that. And it's also the only chapter you get to really use it. So, in all honesty, if they never actually put it in the game, it wouldn't have made that big of a difference. After all that, you'll find yourself back at the slums again, where you now have to go to the sewers. Also, I don't know why, but while I was playing this, the PlayStation would give me that this scene is blocked from recording thing for like parts where I don't really know why they have it like that. Like, cutscenes I get, that makes sense, but it sometimes happened when I would just talk to someone, and then almost immediately it would just resume recording. Now, I have a new fancy no PC required capture device, so I didn't need to worry, but still. I'm gonna get you this time, Ball. So now you're in the sewers, and this is probably the level that I have the most problems with, besides maybe like one of the levels after this, but let me explain. So I forget exactly when we figured this out, but we find out that the humans basically went extinct. Because of a catastrophic incident. Many people would probably quickly assume that it was because of a certain virus that is overstaying its welcome, but this game was being made since 2016, so I think it's more of a coincidence if it was. I don't 100% remember if they directly mentioned that it was a virus. I mean, it could have been war, nuclear fallout, or a virus, but I don't really remember that they go into too much detail about this. And I think that's my biggest problem with this game. It doesn't really give much in terms of story or world building. Sure, we find about some aspects, and the stuff we learn is super interesting. I want to know more about this world. But again, that's the problem. See, the Zerks, for example, are said to be bacteria or a virus that eats metal and organic life. Where the fuck did they come from? I think there was like a mention about humans creating them or something, but again, why? For what purpose? To eat the robots? Why do they also eat organic material if that's the case? Why do ultraviolet rays make them explode? Why, are they a fungus or something? And most importantly, what the fuck is going on with this giant eyeball thing? Is it the queen? Is this what happens to Zurks after a while? Well, too bad. After this Eldritch horror shows up, B12 uses all of his light to save us, leading to the light to break, and then there's another chase, which is also the last time we see any of the Zurks until the end. And once that's done, B12 makes a huge discovery that I figured out like 4 hours ago. He was a human all along that was put into a mind of a robot. Well, okay, I can see where that would be a big deal and maybe interesting to some people, but I just had to run through a whole sewer system that Pizza the Hut enveloped. And now we run into the second biggest problem I have, which is kind of an addition to my last problem. I found myself not caring about B12 and his memories. While I do like interacting with the robots, I also found myself not really caring about them too, as much as I wanted to be into this world and learn about it. What little info I got wasn't enough. I think they were like trying to push for like a whole social class story, you know, with the rich living in the highest areas where it's clean and the lower class have to live in the slums with the dirt and the Zurks. Well, anyway, now we have to talk to these hippies at Ant Village. Except B12 is currently moping, so we can't actually talk to anyone. But this part you could probably go through in like 3 minutes, because all you have to do is climb up and talk to Zabalzazar, and B12 will get over it by then, and you can talk to people afterwards. But again, you can just go and finish this chapter. This part has nothing interesting. Except this part. Wow, you guys are playing Mahjong? I got winner! After this, we go to Midtown, another big area to explore like the slums. And again, it is interesting, but again, they don't really world build enough around this. The police robot sentinels are being oppressive and basically enforcing martial law, arresting anyone who doesn't comply. Insert current event joke here. Eventually, we meet up with Clementine, the last outsider, where we meet on our journey home. And she needs our help. To get to the outside, she needs an atomic battery that is found in the factory, so we have to sneak inside. The Zurks are now replaced by the Sentinels, and they have a line of sight where they'll shoot you when they spot you. This is the extent of stealth in this game, and in all honesty, it's not that great. Hell, you can get caught, and while still in the bot's line of sight, you can just jump into a box and then wait a few seconds. Challenging, this is not. But I'll say this in the game's defense. It's not supposed to be challenging. It's supposed to be a fun, casual adventure that anyone can pick up, and it accomplished that perfectly. The puzzles are simple and easy to grasp. The threats are minor at best, but there's still obstacles to overcome. And the story, while I would say it was almost absent, it is still there, but it's not too heavy enough to bog down casual players. But it's still there to create the world and give the possibilities to expand in future games, books, or even a TV show or movie. Once we get the atomic battery, we head back to Clementine, who had to make a quick getaway because the cops showed up. And I'm sure it had nothing to do with me jumping on all the security cameras to destroy them earlier. We found out that she went to go hide in the nightclub and we have to go meet her there. And I tried to scratch the DJ scratchboard thing, or whatever they're called, but it wouldn't let me. But oh no, we find out that Blazer has betrayed us and sold us to the cops. Now we have to escape prison. Which kinda raises more questions, like how the hell did they have a jail specifically for a cat? But I do find that this prison concept is really interesting. It looks like they wipe the robot's mind and then make them more obedient, which is an interesting concept about this world. But again, unfortunately, they don't really expand on it. We find Clementine, and then we have to go get keys to the cell. Hey, Kate, go get my keys. Kate, go get my keys. Go get it. Go get my keys. We also have to get B12 back, who has his own cell too. And I thought it was going to reveal something big, like maybe they're studying him because he's a human in a robot body or something. But no, we just get him and escape. Meow, 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 meow.
Not yet, Snake. It's not over yet. Liquid.
Wait, there's no way we'll make it with all the sentinels on our tail. Lady, the AI isn't really that good, and we're like a few minutes away from the sentinels. If we just close the gate, they're gonna run right past us. But no, Clementine is going to distract and needlessly sacrifice herself so that we can escape. This leads to the final level, which has no challenges at all. We just go through this one area, do one puzzle, which leads us to the computer room. We have to cut a bunch of wires and jump on some keyboards so B12 can deactivate the current security protocols and disable the central control system. which will open the doors to the outside and let everyone out. And unfortunately, B12 has to sacrifice himself here, and I would be lying if I didn't say I was a little bit moved with the scene here. Well, hold up. So Zurks can die instantly by sunlight? What exactly are these things? We run outside, sniff the fresh air, and that's it. Wait, that's the ending? How could it end like that? Did we make it back to our family? The whole game was about us trying to get back to them. Now you're just gonna leave it up into the air whether or not I found them? Man, that game ending really dropped my rating from like a 9 to an 8. Well, 8.5. 8.75. My biggest problem with this game is the lack of story. Now, the story is there, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't really explain too much. It's sort of like Star Wars A New Hope. It's a great, fun adventure that's very easy to get into and understand. But in terms of world building, while it's kinda there, it doesn't add a whole lot to it. But that's okay, it doesn't need to. It accomplishes what it's set to do, with a potential sequel to help expand. You know, like what Empire Strikes Back did. It's a fun, casual 4 to 6 hour adventure that anyone can pick up and understand and enjoy. Not burdened by over-explaining unnecessary details and story fluff. And while to me that might be a negative, that's just because I really enjoy story and world building. I would definitely suggest playing this game. This was an extremely fun time. The only true downside I found was, again, the story or lack thereof. But, you know, again, for casual gamers, which is what this is going for, you wouldn't really find that as a problem. So I don't think it should be too negative against them. There is a potential to expand this in the future, which I hope they do. Right now you can get Stray for about $30, or if you have PlayStation Plus, it's free. So if you have a PlayStation Plus, definitely get it, it's free. I would say $30 is a good deal for this game. You would not only support the company and get a good game out of it, you also have the possibility for sequels. But if you're unsure if $30 is worth it, it wouldn't hurt to wait until it goes down to like $25. Maybe $20. $20, this game is great. Well, for now, I'm just going to jump right back into the game and try to platinum it. Although the Catch Me If You Can achievement is almost impossibly bullshit. Also, the No More Lives achievement.
I'm sorry, little one.
So, we meet again, basketball, for the last time.
Boom shakalaka!
Hey, thank you guys so much for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I have other videos that you might also enjoy. And hey, if you also subscribe, it not only helps me out, but it'll also alert you when new videos are up. You have a game you want me to review? Why don't you put it down in the comment section? I might get to it. I also have a Twitter where I sometimes post updates, and a Twitch where I sometimes live stream. Thanks for watching.